What is going on, YouTube? How much do you love these markets? Oh my God, being a trader in a bear market's so much fun. We got our 12% drop from the short that I gave you, and now on the daily time frame, we had a single bar pump up 10%, and we're hitting a key level of resistance. Guys, we're trading these moves in the room. Today, we're going to get into all the charts, where this could get to, the correlation with the Russell. I'm going to show you what's happening with the Russell. My equities video came out yesterday. Bitcoin videos come out Monday, Thursday, equities Sunday, Wednesday. I know not everybody watches every video, so I just want to repeat that schedule. Guys, trading these moves in our Discord. There's a live stream going on right now in our Discord with one of our senior traders. So if you want to check out our room, it is free. All you have to do is download BingX. You can trade all the cryptos, spot, no spot fees, with a special market makers up to $8,000 bonus with our link, and you can trade all the other markets there if you want to be on an exchange that does not require a VPN. It is basically a skin of BitGet. So check out BingX. They're willing to pay for you to join our room. Lots of fun going on right now. All right, guys, so let's get into this. So we have Kepler's triangle. This pattern, I shared with you where to get in here above 24,080, and we got a nice 12% drop. This is a good time because we get a big mix of people that watch this channel. We have experienced traders and we have brand new people. Guys, always protect your profits. A 12% drop. People always ask me what leverage I trade Bitcoin at. I trade it at 50x. So this is a massive move. I think I got about 10% of this drop. So you're looking at a 500% return on your money. Always protect your profits. When I post my trades in the room, it always has take profit levels, a stop loss level, and the way that I protect my profits is I just tighten my stop loss as price descends. Other people like to use the fibs as targets to remove profit off the table, but you have to do that. Case in point, why? Because you're trading a parabolic asset. Now you can see where this is getting hung up right here at the 25,180. It pumped up to 25,280 already just before I started recording. Let's look at this on a clean chart, 3-day chart, guys. Need to do a couple of things here, and then we're going to get some potential targets, okay? Here's our selling climax candle after a big sell-off. Selling climax, strong demand wick. Price goes up, looking for a change in the trend. We'll take you right up here, then you can see selling, okay? So look where we got to in Wyckoff. This is a 24,930, and of course your base down here. You're up thrusting in your Wyckoff range right now, okay? So Bitcoin is trading in an established range. I know people on Twitter and everything are getting super bullish. This is a great move. Just remember, this is right now, what is this move? Let's measure it, because we had a 12% down move. Let's go from the low to the high, an 18% up move. This is why people like to trade crypto, okay? So the next step that you have to see for Bitcoin, I'm going to show you this with the fibs, is it has to come out and it needs to hold a pivot, either higher up above the range or back test the range. This is also an area where your high came from all the way back in August of 2022. So this area is going to have a lot of resistance. You can see this in the fibs as well. Now you guys have seen this fib layout that we did here on the 3-day chart. Your Saturday, June 18th candle from 2022 up to your high of 14th of August 2022. This is a trend-based fib. Down to this first impulsive low, November 9th, okay? And you can see what you hit, 25,180. I posted a short in here above 25,180. It already had dropped 600-700 points after it hit it. It's going to have volatility, and that's how you can trade these markets, guys. You can trade these in scalp moves. You can trade these in larger moves. This could develop into a larger move, but what I want to see happen here is if Bitcoin wants to break out, needs to flip 25,180 base on top of it and get up. And the biggest move I could see in Bitcoin, guys, is 27,821. But for that to happen, here's that disclaimer. For that to happen, you have to see the Russell and the S&P, the equities break out, okay? Let me show you what's happening here as well with the fibs. There's another way we can get fib targets. So here you hit the 1272, 25,180, which is just trading at the top of your established range, all right? Let's go ahead and take that off. Another way you can do this is a fib projection. I'll show you this in a smaller time frame so you can see it. Beginning of the impulsive move here would be this December 30th candle on the 3-day chart. Coming up to this January 16th candle coming back down to your December 30th candle. This is a fib projection, okay? You're essentially establishing a range and moving it up. And if you look at this, you have the 1618 at 24,965 lined up right on top of your Wyckoff trading range, right where price hit and got rejected from. This is going to be an area of strong resistance. This is also the 1272 in the larger ABC move, okay? Again, always looking for Fibonacci confluence. So this is called a fib projection. If you notice the 2058, this is the reciprocal to 486, by the way. The 2058, 27,317, which is right up there within a few $100s of the 1618 from the larger base fib projection. So again, that would be my ceiling, but for that ceiling to happen, Bitcoin has to come out and it has to break out from here. Now there's some key differences of why I'm not bullish on this pump, okay, versus the last pump. Let me show you that. We can look at that on the 3-day chart. First, let's look at our volume here. Let's go ahead and throw on our Welkin VSA. This is for Wyckoff. Look at our money flow. Granted, these are 3-day candles, but right now this is a below average 3-day candle. I'm going to show you this on the daily as well, but what's important to note, this pump move that we had up, okay, the pump move that we had up was a 3 sigma candle, almost a 4 sigma candle, 4 standard deviations above trend. This is below trend, and you have a bigger move. One of Wyckoff's 3 laws is effort versus result. This is a lot of effort right here in the volume, and the result was you got a nice pump up, but the candle size difference is smaller than this major candle, which had very low effort, okay? Again, fewer people paying higher prices, whether it's a buying program going on with an algorithm or just retail FOMO. But look for this area, that 25,180 here on this fib projection, 24,965, the top of your Wyckoff range, to provide strong resistance where you could potentially get scalps that can turn into a larger profit trade if this does start topping out here and retracing. Let's look at this on the daily chart because this is more interesting. So on the daily chart, here's the candle we're talking about, okay? Look at the size pump candle you got. That's the pump candle you got off of a 3, almost 4 sigma candle. Massive amount of volume. Just the total volume, not even the strength of the move, is much more obviously, as of right now anyways, on the daily from this pump candle, at least twice the size of the previous move, okay? So this is a low volume, even though it's an average volume bar, this is a low volume pump. Your volume is down left to right from this pump. So this pump to me, and again, it's retracing here at 24,802, but look at this. So when you start examining this, this is relative volume at a trend. Again, this was a 4x move in relative volume at 4 sigmas above trend to move the price up like this, and you can see it in the money flow. Look at the money flowing into the asset, making it overbought. This is that last bar here, okay? Let me expand this so you can see it a little bit. This pump bar here, this was very low money flow movement. This is extremely low relative volume on an average volume bar, and this current bar, even though it's still open obviously, is below average volume. This is usually indicative of a topping type pattern that's coming into the marketplace, okay? Now Bitcoin is playing catch up. Let's look at the Russell. The Russell, guys, what is the Russell doing? Here's your Russell Wyckoff. The Russell was in its trading range just like Bitcoin. You see the pivot? It got its pivot to the upside, its breakout, it's back testing support, and it's trying to hold, this is a 3-day chart, it's trying to hold this trading range. Now what you can see on the Russell as well, the problem that all the indices have, look at the volume. The volume is extremely low, okay? The volume's extremely low. This is the 3-day chart, on the daily as well, and you have to break out to the upside and break key resistance. Now on the Russell, if you guys know that, watch my other channel, we traded this up above 2008. It went down over $100 to its bottom. It was another excellent trade, and you can see 1988 is going to be a lot of resistance for you. So the Russell's defining a trading range here. It has to break out for Bitcoin to move up. The reason I'm showing you this, the Russell would also need to break out above 1988 and move up, okay? If it doesn't, it's printing a double top already on the daily time frame. So this is what you have to watch. The markets are at peak resistance, and at peak resistance is when you have two narratives, guys. You have two narratives. You have the bullish narrative, oh my God, we're going up. I saw people on Twitter saying, oh, if we break 25, I'm buying. And then you have the people who are viewing the market as a deteriorating condition, and they're like, wow, this is peak resistance. This is a good opportunity to start looking at shorts and where Bitcoin could get to, or the equities could get to, okay? So we short everything as best we can at the top of ranges to profit on these trades. But how close is this correlation? Let me show you Bitcoin. Here, I overlaid it in a new pane. This is Bitcoin, okay? This is Bitcoin. And the Russell and Bitcoin back in November of 2021 made their all-time highs within 48 hours of each other. That's how closely they track together. And if you look at the trend lines here, let me get a vertical line. Look at where the peaks are that the Russell and Bitcoin are doing. They're about a candle or two candles apart, okay? Here's your other peak right here. And then you have current price action. So the Russell, you see where they both started pumping? Look at, they both made this double bottom structure. Here on the Russell, let me draw it for you so you can see it. Turn the magnet off. This double bottom structure, right? This is where we have our pattern. This is your double bottom structure. Bitcoin did the same thing. You see that? Here's your double bottom structure, your Gartley pattern structure, and now you moved up from here, okay? This is where we put our trade. That's that 12% drop, and now you're going back up to the upside. It's following the Russell with what the Russell does, okay? The Russell got on top of its range first. Bitcoin's trying to get on top of its range, which is why I track them so closely together. And if we go back and look at this on the daily, let's do a couple other things here. Let's throw on, let me see where MFI is. MFI relative volume. Let's go ahead and throw the trend or the fibs on here as well, so we can do this on the daily time frame. So trend-based fib from the same positions as a 3-day chart, guys. Bring that down to that wick. There we go. And you can see the 1272, 25, 180. Again, you need to flip this, because when you put this in Wyckoff, it's going to look exactly like the Russell looks, okay? This is exactly what you're looking at here on Bitcoin. Same exact moves, guys. Change a trend right about there. And so you can see you're just up thrusting in your pre-established trading range right now, where you could flip, get on top, make a shape, but you got to get up there. Right now you got rejected. We'll see if we get more action here. Again, right now this is below average volume. You need to see a big breakout volume bar to justify the trend, and you don't have that here. So unless the equities really break out to the upside, I'm looking at Bitcoin topping out here. And again, that peak target, if the equities do break out, I'm looking at the 27,821. That would be the 1618, the golden ratio. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at here. Let's look at this on the 8-hour chart, just so you can get a few more candles. And you can see this may be where you start going sideways a little bit. This is how you make these trading ranges, guys, where you can take trades within the trading range and get some nice drops. But let's go ahead and look at Ethereum as well. Ethereum's much easier to TA because it's just not moving as much. We can do the same exact trend-based fib type setup. You can see we haven't even pumped to this 1782 yet, which is this 618. Okay, so we haven't even pumped there yet. Let's go ahead and throw this into Wyckoff as well. Here on the 3-day chart, change a trend, very obvious up here. You can see the selling that happened afterwards. So Ethereum would really have to flip. I mean, you can see Bitcoin's trading at the very top of its range. The Russell's on top of its range. Ethereum needs to come up a lot. It needs to get above the 786 at 1975. And really, it's 2019 here on Wyckoff. So you just see Ethereum flip 618, come up, defeat 786, get on top of the range, maybe back test it, and your symmetrical move, not even talking about the golden ratio here, guys, but your symmetrical move would be 22.22. Golden ratio would be 29.33, which I do not see happening at all, as you guys can tell. The price action, even though you have this nice pump, where you are in your trading range is much different than where Bitcoin is in its trading range. You see Bitcoin up here? Bitcoin could get up here, and if it does, watch for this to potentially move out to the upside, okay? And if it does want to move out to the upside, you're going to need to see it break out, hold support. And this is textbook Wyckoff what the Russell did on this. You see the breakout, and it's holding support, back testing it. Now it wants to try to come up and retest its previous resistance at 1988 if it can do it. The problem again is volume, momentum. You have to have euphoria in the market. These rallies are long in the tooth, and if we can get a breakout, you'll see the cryptos move up with it. If not, you're going to get some volatility here in the range, and you're going to make some type of shape and then retrace again. Got a 12% drop here, guys. If this holds up and doesn't break out, you could look for a sign of weakness after this, and you could have a very nice trade on your hands as well. Okay, so always protect your profits, protect your trades, stay frosty, everybody. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend, and I will talk to you guys on Sunday on the equities video as well. Take care, everybody. Good luck.